What happens if you put a designer name on a cheap shoe? Of course the shoe gets more expensive, but it also makes the shoe better, right? At least that's what happened with this cheap military surplus sneaker. The original German army trainer was a cheap utilitarian military sneaker, purely functional and mass-produced for soldiers. But what happened when Margiela's logo was put on the shoe and the shoe was sold for 10 times the original price? The entire context changed. On the most basic level, the shoe became a piece of design by the renowned, famous, high-fashion designer Martin Margiela. A symbol of status and wealth, right? So wearing it shows that you know the brand, but also you can afford it. But if we dig a little bit deeper, beyond the obvious luxury appeal, there's more to the story. Margiela wasn't just a high-fashion designer. He was known for repurposing, deconstructing, and reassembling clothes. His design often took old, worn-out clothes and transformed them into something new. For example, there's this famous sweater that is consisting of old military socks. So in that context, it makes sense that Margiela would take old military sneakers, repaint them, and present them in a new light, repurposing them as canvas for his own creations. And beyond that, Margiela had a reputation for being anti-fashion. His work was raw, unfinished, and distressed, a direct contrast to the polished avant-garde fashion of that time. So taking something as utilitarian as a military sneaker and stripping it of its original function, and then making it part of a bigger design collection could be read as being very on brand for Margiela. So by adding the Maison Margiela logo to the shoe becomes part of a bigger picture, the story that the designer or the fashion house is trying to tell. So when you're buying this shoe, you're not buying anymore just a piece of stitched together leather. You're buying into the history of the brand, the artistic thought process, and also the story behind it. And that might be worth something to you.